Hari Om. So today we'll be seeing around 260. Yesterday we have seen about the liberation or moksha and direct perception, how it helps. And to continue with, it goes like this. यतथोर्ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमादीनि हरन्ति परमं मनः. So here the Lord explicitly speaks about the Indriyas, the mind and the learned man. Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, we'll see the word meaning. Yatataha api, means striving for that ultimate knowledge or working hard towards Atma Vidya, Vipaschitaha Purushasya. He says, even a learned man, Manaha, Pramathini, the mind which is turbulent, Indriyani, the senses, 5 plus 5, Prasabham, forcefully, Haranti, draw indeed. So if we have to combine this and understand in a sentence form, he says, O the son of Kunti, Arjuna, the turbulent senses carries away the mind even of a learned man, though he is striving to control them. So what we are supposed to understand with this is, we know the general law, the law of water. Water flows from a higher level to a lower level very easily. Therefore, all the sums and all are below the ground level. That we get either from the corporation or that we are going to fill from the tankers, whichever method you have. If you look at the wells and the bore wells, all the groundwater, they trickle down to the well, the lakes. Yes, we know that simple law. But if the same water has to be sent to the tank above, we need a motor. Half BHP, 1 BHP, based on the power, based on the depth and based on how high it has to pump. Criteria are different. We are not speaking about the engineering topics now. So now what we are supposed to understand is, the senses, they draw the mind to a different direction. 5 Indriyas, 5 directions. And the world of object is so attractive that the mind becomes restless and the person becomes distracted until and unless we realize that there is something higher. Once we are clear about the higher goal or nature, then no problem. But even if there is a 0.1% doubt about the higher, one becomes the slave for the uncontrollable senses, where we have to be the masters, we turn out to be the slaves. And unfortunately, this is the position in which many of us live and die. Understand, sheer intellectual knowledge will not help. I know a friend, an eloquent speaker. They keep on speaking for hours together from the dais, giving thoughts for the day for the students. But if we carefully observe of the dais, their personal life, their family life, evenings they go out, they booze so heavy, in the sense they drink so heavy, and they lose control of the mind and torture the family. The spouse and the children, they run out of the family and stay overnight in some shelter outside. What is the use of that intellectual knowledge? Think. What is the use? And they scream every day on the stage, in spite of my repeated giving thoughts for the day, why transformation is not coming. This we have to understand. If there is no purity inside, and if it is only a lip seva or service, no transformation happens. Let us not speak and talk. Let us live the life of absolute perfection. You can see transformation. The best example is Riyawar. That is the Kanchikama Koti Pita. Okay, the pontiff. Or you can even think of Sri Ramana Maharishi. Very rarely they speak. They are always in movement. Established in self-control, mastered the mind. Therefore, even the great scholars like Paul Blanton, when they were there to ask 100 questions, in silence, Ramana answered all his clarifications. He writes that in his book, Exploring India, or something like that. I don't remember the name of the book. In silence, even Dakshinamurti is the best example for that. Mauna Vyakhana practice says in silence, just with Chin Mudra, he answered all the questions. An amount of talking. The best example is our politicians. They keep on talking from the stage. Now, some exceptions are there. Exceptions are always, each rule has its own exceptions, as the saying goes. But most of them, you see at the work front, nothing happens. Right? Think. So we should understand the nature of the mind. And one more thing we should understand is there's something called as Maya, which is very, very powerful. With all its regiments, spies, it tries to convince the mind. If there is no clarity, the water goes down. If there is clarity of the divine, the Kundalini rises up. Very simple. So we'll see much in detail of this in the next session. Thanks for being with me. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru.